sourdough pizza.
You need 325 grams of warm water. Ignore the little picture of me. I'm not that big. It just makes me look big. We got our 325 grams of water. Gonna need 250 grams of starter. We got our 250, well, 1 gram over, and that's okay. Now we're going to mix this. It will look like milk after you mix it. You will need 5 grams of salt. Any salt you prefer is fine. 500 grams of flour. It's 1 gram over, but that's okay. Now you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of oil. You can use avocado oil, olive oil, whichever one you prefer. I'm gonna be using my stand mixer, but you can use a regular bowl and mix it. But if you're going to do that, I would recommend kneading it for about 10 minutes. And if it's like too sticky, you add a tiny bit of flour. If it's too dry, then you want to add a little bit water. Don't add too much water, just add a tiny bit at a time. I prefer to use my stand mixer because it's a lot easier, and my hand sometimes hurts when I'm doing it on the counter. So it's just a lot easier and faster to do it with your stand mixer. I put it on level 1. I'm gonna let it knead for about 5 minutes. The reason why I said 5 minutes for the stand mixer and 10 minutes for the counter is because when you're kneading the dough on the counter, sometimes it can take a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour. If it is still sticky, that is perfectly fine. I just added like a tiny bit more flour and then I kneaded it. But if it's like super sticky still, then that's fine. So now we're just gonna put plastic wrap over it, or you can put a damp towel and put it over. And then we're gonna wait 30 minutes. I did forget to mention to put it somewhere warm. I put mine in the oven with the light on. Make sure your oven is off. I probably said this in a lot of my videos, but I like to keep reminding people so that they don't make a mistake and accidentally cooking it. Now we're gonna do a stretch and fold. And if it's sticky, see, this is why I'm wearing gloves, because sometimes it can be very sticky. If you want to add a little bit of flour to it, you can. Sticky. All right, and now I'm going to cover this back up and I'm going to have it rest for another 30 minutes. Yes, I know that you've seen dirty dishes around where I was working with my dough, but I just want to let you know that I did clean those dishes and I'm not a slob. So I just wanted to let you know that not everyone's home is perfect sometimes, okay? We're going to do another stretch and fold. If you think it's too sticky, you can always just put a little bit of flour. That always helps me. But I'm not going to use extra flour at this moment. But when you're making it at home, You do it however that you want to do it. I know there's a nasty bowl in the back. I will wash that. I just totally forgot to do that. You want to put your plastic wrap on or your damp towel, and now we're going to wait 6 hours. You could either put it in the refrigerator for overnight, or you can put it on your counter or in the oven with the light on. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle some flour. And then I'm going to put my dough. It is slow. You could also force it out with your hands if you like. I do that sometimes. Okay, so I just sprinkled some flour on top, and I'm kind of just gonna knead. I know the background is dirty. I will clean it. But anyways, I just kind of knead it so that way it's not as sticky as it is. And then if you need to add just a tiny bit more flour, you can. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten it down a little bit. And then I'm going to actually cut this in half because we're gonna do 2 pizzas. Okay, so you could do 4 cuts, which is like 4 personal pizzas, or you can do 3 cuts and you can do 3 pizzas. I'm gonna be doing 2 pizzas. I probably said that weird, but so then you just want to make this into a ball. And I'm actually going to put one in the freezer and then one in the refrigerator for overnight. I know one kind of looks bigger than the other one probably, but anyways, so I have this bag. This is what I'm going to be putting the one of them in. So I'm actually going to wrap one of them in plastic wrap, and then I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to seal it up. So this first one, since I already had some plastic wrap, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. And if you're still confused, don't be afraid to ask questions. So something like that. It's so the dough doesn't get dry. Because sometimes when you put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, you want to make sure. And then you just seal this up and put it in the freezer. And for this one, I'm going to be putting in a container and put it in the refrigerator. Now, you're going to want to put some oil in there so that way your dough doesn't stick. And then you just put it in there. It doesn't have to look perfect or not. I just kind of do like a couple squirts. Make sure it's like all over, just so it doesn't dry out. If you're wondering what oil I used this one. Organic extra virgin olive oil. So there we go. And put this one in the refrigerator. I sealed this up with the seal machine. Any seal machine would work. I did not suck the air out. Then I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, not the refrigerator, the freezer. And then with this one, I'll wait like 12 to 15 or 12 to 18, whenever I get to it the next day, and I'll start making the pizza. And don't worry, it all will be in the same video. So yeah, next clip I'll probably be wearing different clothes. You want to preheat your oven to 500 degrees. We're gonna take our dough and put it on a floured surface. Okay, so now you want to sprinkle some flour on top. And we're just gonna flip it over. It's so that way it doesn't stick. So basically what I'm doing is just getting the shape that I want. And then I'm gonna get my pan and I'll show you that. Now I can show you a trick because I know that some people, they don't know how to make it like, I'll show you in a second. So if you don't know how to toss your pizza dough in the air, or if you don't know how to make the correct shape, if you want, like, you can use like a plastic cup like this and just kind of roll it out. Now, if you do want like a thicker pizza, I don't recommend doing it this way. I recommend just making a circle and then just like putting some olive oil on your pan. Sometimes I'll sprinkle some, what's it called? Cornmeal on top of the oil, and then I'll just plop the dough onto the pizza pan. Okay, so I'm gonna be spraying my pan, and then I'm just gonna kind of just use my hand to spread it around if it didn't get everywhere. I'm going to put this on here. Now if it's a little sticky, then you might need more flour, but yeah, just be like very careful, because yeah. And then just go and put it right on top, just like that. And then after that, you can take a pizza cutter and cut around this. But if you do like a thick pizza, you don't have to roll it out or anything like I did. You can just simply just put it on there, and you don't have to have any excess thrown away. But for me, you can take the sides off and then just save them for later, for like breadsticks, or basically like a dessert or something you can save it for. Or you can just, when you're done making, then you can just roll them up like that. So anyways, I'm gonna do my toppings. All right, so let me show you exactly what my dough looks like. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but anyways, I'm going to be adding some pizza sauce. I'm using Prego pizza sauce, pizzeria style. I'm gonna take this big spoon and just spread it around. Now, if it doesn't look like it's enough sauce, you can always just put a little bit at a time. Don't put too much to the point where it's just like nothing but sauce. Just like that. Just kind of depends on how you want it, since if you're making the pizza, I feel like I need more sauce. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding my cheese. Okay, so usually when it's just the sauce, I usually add some seasonings, but I forgot. So I'm gonna put the seasonings on top, and then I put more cheese on top. So basically, my seasonings are Italian seasoning, parsley, salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. It's like a whole mixture that I put in here. So I just save it, and then I make it, put my seasoning in here so I don't have to use each bottle again. Now I'm going to be putting some more cheese. Yes, this is a big bag of cheese. And for the lactose intolerant people, just to let you know, they do have pills that you can take before you have anything dairy. That's what I've been doing. I'm lactose intolerant, but I still love cheese and I love dairy food, so I will never stop eating it. And it's just a suggestion, so that way you're not hurting your stomach. Now I'm going to be adding my pepperoni. You can do any toppings that you like. It doesn't look like neat, but that's okay, because guess what? You made it. That's okay. It doesn't have to look perfect. You're not selling it. You're just making it, and you're gonna eat it at home. It doesn't have to look perfect. I put the rest of the dough that I cut off into here, and then I can make like breadsticks or cheese sticks, anything with it, a dessert with it. Just kind of depends. You can make a small pizza out of that. Now we're going to bake it for 10 minutes. I did a total of 12 minutes, and this is what my pizza looks like. And there you have it, your own homemade sourdough pizza. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. And don't forget the bell notification button so you can see new videos every time I post.